Hey, good morning, traders. How we doing? Happy New Year. Back to the grind of trading. Hope you all had a good holiday. Good 2025. I did okay, right? I'm still here trading. This is the hourly chart. I come here not to trade it, but just to observe, you know, what's going on. Gives me the last couple months. It's a pretty big drop right here, right? What was this? Is it interest rates? Or maybe. I don't know. Here's the election. Price takes off. And we're left with this big gap and the price down there. So I just want to have an idea of what I'm doing. I'm headed to the grocery store. There's going to be some stuff along the way, right? I know which direction I'm going. There's going to be somebody in my way. I have to be, flexible and pliable and kind of, not stuck, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You can find fresh updates at Make Money Day Trading at Patreon. $25 a month gets you fresh updates every morning. This goes out live, or not live, but a couple hours. It's about 5:10 on a Monday morning on the 6th of January. On Friday, I was talking to you guys about my trades and stuff, and I said last week I'm not going to trade. And whenever I say that, I end up trading. You want to know what I bought? You want to know what I bought? What did I buy? About that right there. Sorry guys, I need to keep the marquee. And why did I buy that? Well, why not? Right, remember we're looking for an impulse leg? Here, I got it right here. We're looking for a couple things, right? This is our setup. This is it. 3-to-1 trades. We're 30 to 40, 50% traders, wherever you're at in the whole thing. This setup gives you, an impulse leg, 5 steps, a shelf, right? A wash, a retest, and an entry for a 3-to-1 trade. So you can come in here and you can back test, you can forward test, you can do all you want. You follow the price up. It's impulsing. We're not impulsing with it. We're watching. We notice that there's a pullback. Oh, maybe you spot the shelf at that point. You're looking for a wash. A wash is this hard down, hard up. They're in a hurry. You're catching you're watching this happen. People are trying to catch this big bar. Here's another wash inside of this. And then it gets washed out over here. But for us right now, impulse leg, shelf, wash, retest. Oftentimes I get these at the retest, which is something I'm going to talk about. Comes down to back to the shelf where we can enter. We're hiding behind this guy. And if we're lucky, our whole business is done within a couple of bars and we're out near the high. And we're not reaching for higher highs. We're not trying to get rich. We're trying to trade every day, get better every day. This is a long-term thing. I've been doing this for over a decade, and I still don't have it right. I still make mistakes. I still have these problems. I still do this stuff. But you know what I'm doing? I'm working from home. I'm working on the campground. I'm RVing with my kids and my family. We're doing stuff. I'm not stuck. And now with all the technology we have, we're cruising. So on Friday, I drew up some things, and I'm like, guys, I'm not trading. It's just not a good week to trade. There's not a lot of volatility. There's not a lot of action going on. There's not a lot of stuff, and then I walk right into it. Why? Because I looked at this and I saw this, guys. I was just like, man, I wasn't trading this. And then I saw this and I was like, That's not bad. I didn't trade it, but I was like, that's not bad. You got your impulse, right? Step one. Step two, right? Shelf, right? Come on, dude. You're kidding me. Yeah, two, three tries, right? So I'm like sitting there like, Mike, and this is something that I'm aware of as a trader that gets me in trouble. Gets me in trouble because I'll see something happen and then I'll be like, oh, it's going to happen again. 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 And don't tell me you don't think about it. Don't tell me you're sitting there saying, oh, yeah, it doesn't happen to me. Yeah, it does. We're all impulsive. Come on, we're traders. We're here to make money. The challenge that we have is that we have to wait to make money. We have to wait for our setups. I saw a post about a guy's like, hey, if you just took 50% less of the trades you have, that's great, but no one tells you how to do that. Tell me which one do I take and which one do I don't? At least now I'm selective in my trades that I take. At least now I'm not like scrambling all over the planet trying to figure out which one of these to buy. Step one, impulse. Step two, shelf. Yeah, that's a 1 bar shelf. But you know what I've got? I've got a wash and I've got a retest. So that confirms to me that that's the shelf. And then I've got to stick my risk where I'm going to stick it. Boom, hide there. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in business. Do that once a day. How many of those do you need? What, you're in at 11:30, you're out at 11:48. There's 20 minutes of your day right there. But no one tells you at 11:30 you're gonna have to be sitting there at the chart, and you're gonna hit this thing and you're gonna dime it every time. It doesn't happen. It's not how it works. Sorry. I'm not here to teach you guys how to get rich. I'm here to teach you how to trade. Right? Impulse up. Follow the market. Now we're looking for a shelf. What is a shelf, guys? A shelf is just boom, boom. And I know you can do this easier, but I don't know why my Ninja Trader is giving me a hard time. And then we've got a wash. Let's see if I can get this one here. Oh, wait, maybe I have to do that like that. I think I figured it out. I may have figured out. Hold on, let me try something. I just figured it out. See, always learning, guys. Always be learning, right? And so what happens here? What happens here? Right? Same thing, guys. Same thing. And this is kind of late in the day, but it's the same. It's the same, setup, right? Oh man, now I'm so happy. I just figured something out. I'm a very simple person. I'm not doing a lot of stuff. Oh, yeah, but I do want to do something. Hold on. I do want to do something before I forget, because everyone's gonna be like, "Hey, ad blocker. What the hell? Get away from me." Okay, here we are. This week is the 6th, so remember, we're trading after 7 o'clock. We're out before 11:30. Definitely out before 12:30. 7 a.m. on tomorrow. Job opening. So something's coming on. You're going to see a reaction. I posted something about it the other day. There's going to be a big bar. Wednesday, non-farm payroll, 5:15. We're not up for that. Thursday, blah, blah, blah. Friday looks like everything's coming out on Friday. So, after 7:15, 7:30, feel free to get in the water. You're fine. Again, we have another setup, another trade, right? Impulse leg. It impulses up. Takes out these guys. And here's another thing, just from an observational standpoint. Notice that there's multiple hits on the shelf. Why is this important? Why do you think I care about this? Because I may miss this guy and be like, I missed it. Hits me again. I missed it. Hits me again. Guys, oftentimes I'll keep my orders on the bar, on the shelf. Because look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 tries. You missed this piece. And you still had 4 tries at it. Now, it's frustrating when it takes off and it comes back, takes off, comes back. I'm not saying frustration is not part of this business. I'm saying that you have to embrace it and learn to deal with it. Okay, so this gets me to this whole piece, right? I see this impulse up. on Thursday night, Friday morning. I've got, hold on. I've got my pieces. I'm so excited. So I've got this up here, and this is all I use. This is really all the colors that I'm getting at here. Okay, so I've got this here. I've got a wash here. Okay, now I don't know that that's the wash, and this is kind of, we have a retest up here. We have a retest up here. It looks to me like this is a shelf, right? We've got buyers, these guys get washed out. But now this is interesting because it doesn't come up and retest. It does, it's all within this whole thing. This to me is kind of a wash, right? Here I go, just loading up another one. I know I can do that. But see how confusing this is now, guys? Because if we follow our rules, my rules, up, shelf, washes the shelf, you buy right here with a stop down here, you're out. That's frustrating. Yeah, right? So my first order, I did a couple of them. Hold on, let me see if I can figure it out real quick. My first order was on okay. So my first order was here. This is kind of funny. I mean, not in a, ha way, but so I made something up. Are you guilty of this? Do you make stuff up? I do. So what I was doing is I was anticipating sellers. Now I did it with good reason. I was anticipating a pushback down to here. So I lined up a trade in here. And this is one of the challenges I have as a trader, is that I see all the different possibilities. And then my eagerness, that's where the professionalism starts to come in. You have to sit with, okay, is it this? Is it that? What is my setup? I anticipated this was coming down here. Nothing had been taken out. It was just me and the market saying, oh, boom, boom, boom. Let's see another one down. And people are going to hide behind this, which is a totally logical way to think, right? It happens here. Pow. Happen, And so what I failed to do is I counter trend traded, which is something I usually don't do, but look how much room there is. I mean, guys, you can get in here with a trade and be kind of safe, right? You can manage that. I'll tell you exactly where I was at. Right there. Now, why was I right there? Right? I have an impulse coming down off this top. Right? I have a shelf. Right? With a dinker. That's a dinker. I've seen bigger. I've seen smaller. Right? I was like that. It was something like that. Yeah. Somehow I was in there. Whatever. I still got smoked. Give me a little bit of laugh. Good job, Mike. Pow. Urgh. That's frustrating. This one stopped, guys. This one stopped. And I told myself I wasn't trading. And then I said to myself, well, that sucked. That sucks. And so what I did next was this. Hold on. Let me just kind of get as close as I possibly can to what I was doing. I had this boy. Now, I stood back and I just, I took a few minutes to collect myself. I took a few minutes to collect myself and say, okay, what is going on here? What is going on here? And then I said, oh, okay, I have an impulse, right? I have you guys know where I'm going, don't you? I just flipped it over. I flipped it over and I just hid behind this guy. Said, I'll take that. No, but that's not what I did. I did this. I did this. I did that. Same thing over here, right? Buy that, washed out there. That was it. Great. Yeah, 2 stops in I don't know how many minutes. So why did I do that? What did I miss? Well, I kind of missed this. And in hindsight, I was looking at it and I was like, well, yeah, that's kind of, close. This and that. The guys, what I'm saying is that you can still draw it up and be as accurate as you possibly can, and the market's still going to do something. You're still going to miss something. There's a lot to see here. That's why I don't trade with all the lights and the colors and the bells and the whistles, all those things. I look at traders, I'm like, dude, you can't even see what you're looking at. You have 15 little charts, and this is all you're focused on. Dude, guys, I have a laptop and a monitor, and that's it. I don't have a big production. I just can't. My focus is not there. This is hard stuff, guys. Let's make it simple. This is why I don't have this much data on my screen. I can't trade in here. I can't trade in here, right? Come on. So look at all I'm trying to do is catch an impulse leg, right? And now, how would I have done better at this? Let's ask that question. What would have been better? Because there's really not a shelf here. And then if I do my Fibonacci, you guys that email me about Fibonacci, 50% is right here. So that was kind of low on the whole thing. I could have said, well, it's not deep enough of a pullback, right? It's not deep enough of a pullback. If I was trading this little guy here and used this whole thing, said that's my shelf, that kind of thing, that would have worked, dude. That's why it's frustrating. That's why it's frustrating, right? That's why it's frustrating. It's a little deeper. It's not 50%, but it's deeper than that. This thing doesn't even, well, afterwards. And, and that's just another piece of information you have to, sort out. How does it line up? The fact of the matter is I had an impulse leg. I had a shelf, and I could have said that's my shelf. I looked at that as well. What am I hiding behind? I could have said, this is a better wash than this. But guys, I don't know. I mean, come on, right? This happens, guys. We get wiped out. You know what I did? I stopped trading, turned it off, went home, or went to do whatever else I did. I don't know what I did. Right? And then look at that thing go. Come on, man. That's my money. That's the breaks, baby. Welcome to trading. I'm not telling you I got all the answers. I'm just telling you how it flows, right? Price inches up, right, and does its thing. Someone's going to tell you that's too many waves. You know what? I've got 13 of them that'll go that way. I've got 4. I got 2. I got 1. I don't care. Someone's telling you on something that doesn't work. And they still, and those are Elliott waves. I understand it, but it's not like you can't, no one's telling you, look at this bar, impulse, boom, boom, boom. No one's showing you a system that will get you, a clear head and how you're going to work your way through this. Where does Elliott wave come into any of this? Where does MACD? Where does Fibonacci? Where does any of these new setups? Where do they get you? They're all going to have the element that is you can't control is yourself. And if I chase this thing, if I chase this up here, that would be breaking a really bad plan I have. Why? Because I was out a couple, a few bucks. Big deal. I'm gonna have great trades this week. I'm gonna great trades, I'll do dumb stuff. I mean, I almost think the reason why we do dumb stuff is to remind us that we got to do the good stuff, right? See the pullback here? See it's pulling back now? Where's the shelf? See, it kind of lines up right there. Now, does this give us our pretty little, I'm so excited. You guys don't understand. I knew how to do this for the longest time, but I couldn't figure it out. And who can ask? How do I duplicate? You can't call these. I mean, you can call them, but they're just whatever. Look at this, right? It goes up there. If you caught that there, you would have been stopped out. Same thing, right? It's that's the hard part. Is having an established shelf is really what gets wiped out. Guys, I would have bought that. I'm not saying I wouldn't have looked at this. I said that's a good trade. I'm hiding behind this wash, and there's everything Mike said. Boom, boom, boom. I got a little shelf, right? This shelf doesn't get wiped out. This guy here gets wiped out, right? Buy that. Sometimes I would. Sometimes I will. But you're going to get washed out. But at the same time, though, now you're getting washed out. Come back in here and say, well, I don't know. Is it going to hit the line again? You're going to get creamed here. As it comes up out of here, how do you know? I don't know. Right? You take 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, you're done, That's why trading's hard, guys. It's frustrating. It's not clean. It's not pretty all the time. This is kind of goes back to my whole rule about that last week. And I'm hesitant to even trade this week, but there's stuff going on. People are getting back from vacation. The money guy on the beach is just, the nanny's bothering him, his wife's bothering. Oh, it's crazy, man. We're at this beach and this guy pulls up, drops everything. He's just carrying all the gear, drops everything down. Nanny and the mom just go to work. Kids getting sunscreen. This guy doesn't do anything. I was telling my wife, I'm like, all he does is make money. That's it. See, there's another one. That was a little better. Why is this one a little better? Because we have some stuff, right? We have a shelf, goes up. That's where we make stuff up, guys. I can see this right here. I'm going to get a comment about it, Mike. This is what I did. And I'm not saying you're wrong, right? But there's just, let's work on this together, guys. See how it's spaced, right? Spaced differently. It's not so tight. It's not like up, boom, that first pullback is really kind of your shelf. And then you can say, well, Mike, look at this. Okay, fine, you're right. But then if you bought this here, right? You bought this here, your stop's down here somewhere. I told you guys, give it a little bit of room because that's where look at that. There's a perfect example of this. If anybody's still listening to this thing, I'm amazed because I treble on. But look at right behind here, orders. These guys got tapped out. That's why I don't put my orders right underneath it. I give it a little bit of room. Buy a couple extra bars. And there's your 3-to-1 trade, guys. Right? And it still didn't even work. I mean, it kind of did, but it didn't, give you a 3-to-1, you're out. Guys, this business is hard. I'm not telling you it's easy. I'm not here telling you that you're going to know everything from all this stuff. But if you show up every day, you work at it every day, you practice a little bit every day, you can sim this, guys, and figure it out. You can come in here and have a solid plan of something, and you can do it. You can come over to Patreon and see what we do this every morning. There's people that are out there, they're going to try and figure out how they're going to make money today, what they're going to do, blah, 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 blah. Right? All I can do here is look to my right or look to my left. And I know that from here, this is the 60-minute. Right? We've got business up here. Those are sellers. Is there going to be a pullback in here somewhere? Maybe. Yes, probably. Right? But it looks like we're headed up toward this spot. So you've got room. You've got room. All right. We'll talk to you later.